Oh, Shady happy. It's about to be a great show. Shady McCoy, the finals, are they officially over, though there is one more game at least to play?
Then over. Told you this since game one. You know, and sometimes you just got to brag a little bit. I was right. I was always right. It's a better team. I mean, this being serious here, like, and I think we got to show some love to the Pacers from getting there, right? Because nobody had the Pacers going to the finals.
True.
You know, and they found different ways to do it, right? Beat some good teams.
Don't eulogize them until it's over, okay? I don't need to. Let's show them some love. They lived a good life. You know what I'm saying? They had great family. And no. Don't eulogize them just yet.
The first thing I told y'all is that it reminds me of a college basketball team.
You said that.
Like a Cinderella story, right? And, you know, we didn't expect much from them, right? And they got this far. They deserve some type of credit. The Thunder is too good, right? We want to, kill Haliburton. I'm not going to do that today, right? Because he's a really good player. And I feel like nowadays that's just not good enough. You got to be either like a superstar, you great, or you not good at all. And I'm not going to live by them rules. So he's a good player. I'm going to leave it at that. I will say this, though. The Thunder's defense is so different. Like, we said the same thing about Ant-Man. Well, he's not getting the shots. He's not doing this. Okay, well, maybe that was Ant-Man. Let's go to Haliburton. The same thing. So instead of just coming at them players, let's just say that the way they play defense is different. Another thing about the Pacers, why I call them a college team, when you need buckets, right? Because they made some great runs. When the Thunder go up by double digits, they found a way to get into that lead and bring it back to a reasonable game. 5 points, 3 points, 6 points. But they don't have a real superstar in the building. When you watch OKC, when they need a bucket, if it ain't SGA, it's J-Dub for the dub. And that's why they're just a better team and they outmatched. It don't matter about all this coaching stuff you want to talk about. I love coaches. But the only thing coaches can do is look out of shape and tell you what to do and put you in the right position to win. They can't go out there and play. And when you watch OKC, you watch the Pacers, I don't care how much Rick Carlisle great calls he has. He ain't playing, and that's why they losing. And you losing money.
Salt into the wound. The series is over. It's over.
Can you say it's been over, like I said? Or
no. It's over now because the Pacers are not winning 2 games in a row. That's what it comes down to. I think the Pacers can stretch it to 7. I think the Pacers have enough fight, enough resiliency. I think they have enough depth and their home crowd. They can stretch it to 7. But you're not beating the Thunder 2 games in a row, and it's over because of J-Dub. We knew what Shea was going to do. We all could have predicted Shea would average 32, 5, and 5 in the finals, and that's what he's averaging. He's averaging his averages. It's J-Dub who's not averaging his averages. It's J-Dub who's gotten better every single game, 17, 19, 26, 27, 40. J-Dub is the reason this series is over. J-Dub is the youngest player to score 40 in the finals since Russell Westbrook did it, I believe, about 10 or so years ago. And then since Magic Johnson did it before that, about 50 or so years ago. The series is over based upon what J-Dub is doing, not even what Shea is doing. If J-Dub is going to start playing like an absolute superstar, not an all-star that he is, but an absolute superstar, the series is over. The Pacers could match Shea. The Pacers could match a 20-point-per-game J-Dub. Pacers can't match a 30-point-per-game J-Dub, and they surely can't match a 40-point J-Dub. When Haliburton has shrunk into a mole, J-Dub has matured into a full-grown German Shepherd, and that is where the series is over. Pascal gave you 28. Pascal did his job. Pascal, to some degree, neutralized what Shea did. 31-28, neutralization there. But the second-best scorer in J-Dub's 40 to Haliburton's 4, absolutely putrid performance. I'll get more to Tyrese Haliburton later, but shout out to what J-Dub has been able to do. Finals for me is over for that reason.
Yeah, and there is, we are in mourning, right? Because you ever watch like a TV series that kind of hooks you and you're following it, and then you get to the ending and you're like, man.
Like that was it.
It was so good up till now, and now I already know, like, That's what I'm feeling with this series. The Pacers made it interesting, and they made it more interesting than we expected initially, right?
That's true.
And then it was, oh no, you know what? They're just like this. And I push back on the idea. See, I think what makes the OKC special is they have that college team mentality as well. They just also have superstar potential. But the way they play defensively, and the way Shea and Jalen, for as many points as they score, I never feel like they're just taking over. like a LeBron James, Kobe Bryant type of, like the ball's in their hand and like everybody's getting to eat off of them.
Yeah.
If you don't stop them, they're going to get the bucket. If you stop them, they're finding somebody else and those boys are knocking it down. And what you had with the end of Indiana Pacers is you just didn't have that fire starter. Like Tyrese Haliburton at various times through these playoffs was that fire starter. But then you come up against this OKC defense, and as the series went on, they just kept turning the screws, right?
Yeah.
They're turning the screws this way, and initially the Pacers were able to turn the screws. And then Jalen Williams and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander were like, no, we're going to unlock them.
Yep.
Like, we're going to get comfortable. And that's what we saw last night.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see any way in which the Pacers are turning the screws back the other direction. So I think they'd be lucky to get it to a
Those screws is locked. They in the wall. They in the wall.
It's you know, we already know where this is going. So, you know, the eulogies, Shady's just getting ahead of everybody else. They're coming. We know they're coming.
TV hung up. Everything's put together.
It's set.
Sofa's ready. Like,
Where you at, Jay?
Yeah, it's over. You know when they say, you know what they say, I don't know where you go, but you got to get up out of here.
You don't have to go home, but
You
you
don't
can't
gotta
stay
go home,
here.
but you gotta get up out of here, man. This here's a wrap. And kudos to the Pacers because they talked me out of it because even when they won game one, I stood up here and I said, this is very, very lopsided. When they step on the basketball court, it looked like I'm looking at two totally different teams. And they won 2 games, and they talked me out of that. They did by the way they played. And last night it brought me back to that. It's just a lopsided matchup. And they're fighting. They are trying. The bench players is doing their job. The coach is doing their job. We'll get to the person that's not doing their job to help them win this series. But this here is over. You have to beat them twice, and you have to beat them in OKC. I don't know how they get it done. I can't even think how they get it done. I don't even know a game plan to get it done. This here is over. They have the better players. They have the better team. I don't know how Indiana could turn this into a Game 7 with what I watched last night. Like I said, Shai still sits on the bench without a towel. He cool, he calm. J-Dub is getting better. This series is over. Been over.
Slick, you free next week?
wrap.
Before I should ask some real questions before it gets too serious. I just want to know because I like to eat. You free next weekend? Next week? How you want to?
Yeah, we got 2 dinners.
Yeah.
We got one coming this way.
Right? But whenever you negotiate that, because I don't know. You said you might do end of the month, or you might do July. You just said you got a lot of.
Work it out.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to work mine out real quick. You free next week? Let me know. Let me
For
know.
clarity, Shady lost a bet to Slick a week ago that the Pacers would win Game 3, and then Slick lost.
No.
Will.
I said the Pacers would win another game.
Okay.
And then they went
Then
right
they
out
won
there
game.
and they got the next game.
Next game.
So I won that.
Then Shady
Then we bet on
suggested that the series was going to be over and that the Thunder would win it, and it's looking very Shady-oriented.
But Shady, hold on a second. Like, how are you planning your dinner
And he ain't
already?
paid up, huh?
I won my bet. Like, that's in the books, right?
Shady-
And we're all saying yours is coming.
Yeah, Shady said
But we ain't
it's over, though.
scheduling yours first.
When the next game?
Thursday.
I'll see you Thursday.
I have delayed 11 minutes on this topic. It's a topic that kept me up last night. It's a topic that has had me irate. Tyrese Haliburton's a point guard. I would say he's the ultimate point guard. The job of a point guard is to distribute, put his teammate and his teammates in positions to win. He didn't do that last night. The most selfish thing I've seen Tyrese Haliburton do is try to play hurt. Because he tried to be a hero. Oftentimes in basketball and sports and even in this culture, we have this machismo alpha male idea of, I'm going to put the whole team on my back. No, what you did last night was put the whole L on your back, Tyrese Haliburton. Because your backup, McConnell, was the only player I would suggest that had a legitimate plus-minus. Shout out to Benedict as well. In that game, McConnell had the second most points scored in that game, but you, Tyrese Haliburton, thought that you were going to be a god, you were going to be a hero. You said if you could walk, that you were going to walk on that court. You should have walked your butt to the back end of the bench, is what you should have done. No made field goals. No steals, no blocks. You was out there just running and jumping as if this were track and field, as if the job on the court was not to put the ball into the basket. Haliburton, I would suggest, didn't necessarily played hurt. He just played for the opponent. Like Haliburton, the job is to get the job done. And if you can't get the job done, understand you can't get the job done and sit your tail on the bench. I'm not going to applaud you for playing hurt. You said you wanted to do anything you could to help your team win. What you could have done in that moment was to sit down because you weren't helping anybody do anything except the Oklahoma City Thunder win that game. I have a gigantic issue with Haliburton playing hurt because to me, that was ego. To me, that wasn't leadership. To me, that wasn't heart. To me, that wasn't guts. To me, that wasn't poise. To me, that wasn't sheer determination and domination. It was ego. It was ego standing in the way of the Pacers potentially doing what they have yet to do, which is win an NBA championship. You saw McConnell cooking. I saw TJ cooking. Your coach saw TJ cooking. So why didn't you just keep watching TJ cook? Instead, you wanted to get out there knowing you could do nothing to help, because you did nothing to help, and now the Pacers are in a hole that I believe is insurmountable. Because now y'all got to go try and beat a team twice that hasn't lost back-to-back in God knows how long, which is the Oklahoma City Thunder. So I have a gigantic issue with Haliburton playing hurt because there is no hurt in sports. Everybody at this junction in time is hurt. And if you step on the court, ask the man to my right who played a long time professionally and played at a very high level, ask the man on the far end to my left who played a long time professionally and played on a high level, and ask the man immediately to my left who has watched the game at a high level for over 3 decades now, if you step on the court, we judge you accordingly. There is no I was hurt excuse to cower and hide behind. You played, you weren't hurt, you shouldn't have played. I have a gigantic issue with it. Rick, let me go to you immediately. Yeah. Where do you stand on Haliburton playing hurt?
You ever had a friend who, like, vouches for another friend? They look like they've recovered over something. Because if anybody I hurt for outside of the Indiana Pacers, it's my man, Emmanuel Acho, right now. Yeah, because you vouched for Tyrese Haliburton. And I understand that. And he let you down. Like, you have that friend that you say, no, they get over some problem they have. And you're like, no, they're better. They're not going to do this again. And then they go do it again. And you're like, damn. My issue is that I couldn't immediately tell that he was hurt.
Right.
Because I've seen this at times before. Game 3 against Cleveland.
Shut up.
He has 4 points. Game 5 against the Knicks. He has 8 points. I've seen him where I'm like, why is he not being aggressive in this situation? So it wasn't until they came up with the whole, and he hurt it in Game 2. He was 1 rebound short of a triple-double in Game 3. I don't want to hear this at this point.
Right.
Like, to your point, I think you're absolutely right. Like, this was a selfish act. You either go get it done or you sit your butt down. That's just the reality here, because because TJ McConnell was getting it done. And there was a couple other guys that I put on that same boat. Dude, you're not getting it done. And honestly, I don't care what Haliburton says. Rick Carlisle has to make that decision. You know what? You're not bringing it. I got other guys who are at least trying to bring it.
No doubt.
I'm going to put them on the floor, and I'm going to live and die with them. Well, I'm not giving up on you, but this ain't your time right now.
Wait, so hold up. I got my own take on him, but I respect him playing. Like, first of all, he one of the main reasons why they got to this point.
Sure.
Correct? You gonna tell me to sit down because I'm hurt? Now, to be respectful, I was trying to figure out when did he get hurt.
Yeah.
Because I watched the game, like you was laying down for a little bit, you got back up, you run up and down, you shooting the shot, you trying to get your shot off, you getting D'd up. I watched this whole series. He probably like had one real great game where he played really, really well. I don't know about great, but played well.
Yeah.
But I've watched you have 5 points in 3 quarters. You had 4 points in 34 minutes. I'm thinking like, was you hurt then? Because you've been playing hurt the whole time.
Right.
Right? Now, I don't have an issue with you if when you're the main player on teams, a coach can't just take me out the game. That's not your call, coach. Because I got us here. So I do respect that part, but I hate the excuses.
That's it.
Yo, you out there, you out there.
That's it.
You playing. Kobe Bryant ain't gonna make no excuse. I'm hurt. I'm out here, coach. I can play. Play the game. So I don't mind that part, but I don't like the excuses. You haven't been playing well because you haven't been playing well. Get them boys over there, OKC, better defense. That's what they've been doing. But to make it like you was hurt, that's why you play bad? No, I'm not buying that. But I do respect you out there playing.
I can't even respect that, though, 2-5. I can't, because to me, like, that's that overly alpha psyche that's really just hurting people. Not hurting people in the literal sense, hurting people and hurting the team. Haliburton playing last night did not help the Pacers. It got them way further away from winning. I think he had the worst plus-minus of any Pacers player, and that's saying a lot because Nembhard was terrible. I'll address him later. I can't respect it because I need you as not just the best player, but the most intuitive player. Haliburton has the greatest awareness on this team, greatest court vision on his team. He knows everybody that's moving everywhere before they get there. He knows what's going on. Have that same awareness for the moment. Understand, you know what? McConnell cooking right now. He cooking right now. Why would I go back out there knowing I can't even try to create a shot? Haliburton had wide open threes that he didn't even try to take. He's just kicking it to the corner immediately. Bro, why are you on the court then? Why are you on the court right now, James? That's my frustration.
But
it's fake alpha. It's fake alpha. Is what it is.
But not only that, like watching the game, he looked hurt.
That's
Cause he ain't. I ain't seen him limp yet.
Yeah.
No. I'm dead serious. Like I didn't see him limp on the court yet. The way he looked yesterday was the same way he looked all series. He tried to go off of 32 different screens to get him on Chet. And Chet been sliding his feet and staying in front of him. He tried to go off 34 other screens and get on any other matchup that he possibly could get on the OKC, and it ain't the right matchup because everybody is staying in front of him. I didn't see this dude limping at all. The problem is he just did not play well. That's it. He did not play well. And he ain't been playing well in this series. He hit one shot and had one good game. Other than that, he has not been playing well. This series is over because of Haliburton. I don't care what nobody says. Haliburton has not showed up in the finals. You got 5 points or 3 points through 3 quarters. Last night, you do not show up. You got 17 points in the other. Like, it's over because he is not showing up. It ain't no injury. Everybody out there, Shea out there, everybody can make injuries. I'm tired, I'm playing minute, whatever. Road ain't whatever. You're out there. He's the only one on this team. The bench has showed up. Siakam has showed up. Turner has showed up. Everybody has showed up. The coach has showed up, except Haliburton consistently in this series. And that's the main reason why it's over. It ain't no injury. It ain't no pride. It ain't no nothing. It's OKC.
But see, this is my problem. Haliburton has now given James Jones the ability to say that.
That's what
he stepped on the court. I can't believe that Haliburton was
on the court.
I can't believe Haliburton went 0 for 6 from 3, 0 for 6 from the field. I think it was, 0 for 4 from 3. I refuse to believe Haliburton was healthy. I refuse to believe that
so
was a healthy
when he had,
Haliburton.
Was he healthy when he had 5 points through 3 quarters?
At least, James, in the fourth quarter, he had 12. So at least if he would have had 12, if he would have had 12 in the fourth quarter, that would have made a difference in this game.
You stop because you know that you stood up here and you said them points didn't even mean nothing.
James, at least he got him.
He tried to shoot them yesterday, though.
So them plays right there, them plays we just saying, he looked hurt right there for you?
No.
But we knew he was hurt. He left the game. He went back to the tunnel for at least 4 or 5 minutes. Like, we knew he was hurt.
I'm asking you, though. Let's look at these plays for a second, though, right? I don't want to say, look, he looked hurt to you?
No.
Come on, yo.
He's moving. I mean, he has a heartbeat. Don't mean he's healthy. He got a pulse out there on the field.
Everybody out there's hurt. Everybody got something bruised, something banged up. That's part of the game. You're in the finals. You're the last 2 teams playing. You play the most basketball than anybody. You're going to be banged up. In any sport, you're going to be banged up. I watched SGA tell Check, hey, get up, we need you.
Correct.
Check, bro, I can't even move. Hey, we need you. Play, we need you. Unless you really hurt where you can't even move a certain way, then come out the game. This is my only issue is, like, we die on our sword, right?
Yeah.
And we use that term as, like, in the battle. And you've been practicing this whole time. You've been training all season. You're going through the regular season. You're going through the playoffs. Now we're in the finals. Okay, you might be a little banged up. Cool. But you fight through that.
But there's a difference.
And the last thing is, you're not just a role player. You are a main star player.
True,
you got us here.
But there's a difference to me, 2-5, between being, like, hurt and being injured. And I think Haliburton was somewhere on the line. We know this. If you're injured, you can't go. Right? If you got a torn ACL, you're injured, you can't go. If you're hurt, it's user discretion. Hey, it's up to you, Haliburton. I remember we're playing against the Tennessee Titans. I make a tackle on Sean Green. Shady, who's running back for the Titans? Sean or Shannon Green? There's a running back on I think out of Iowa.
Oh, Sean Green.
Sean Green. I make a tackle on a dude named Sean Green. As I'm making the tackle, offensive lineman, he knocks me to the ground because I'm here like this. I hear pop, boom. I feel something. I'm laying on the ground. I'm trying to get back up because they're about to go in and score. Fletcher Cox, he looks at me and he sees I'm grimacing. He's like, you hurt? I'm trying to just stay in the game and play. He's like, are you hurt? I'm like, He's like, Acho, get out. I'm like, You're right. Because I'm going to sit here and try. I ended up having a torn groin, a second-degree torn groin, complete torn osmosis. Now, but at the point in which I can't help the team, get out. Haliburton, if you can't help the team, all I'm saying to you is
you
can't help the team, get out.
Could you walk?
I missed the next game.
Could you jog?
I could have tried to play because I'm a tough guy.
Let's say, could you jog?
Probably not.
He's sprinting out here, man. He's stopping the dime. He's going back and forth. He don't look hurt to me. Like, come on, man. And another thing is, if you're not hurt like you was, you sound like you was really, really hurt. He looks like he was kind of injured. Another thing is, if we look at any other superstars, right, that play this game, and they get banged up, and they don't come back in the game, we like, it better be something real serious. Yeah. We look at it. Look at all the superstars that did in the playoffs. The Steph Currys, the Ant-Mans, they've been in the tunnel and they came back out. Steph tried to play. I pulled a hammy, I can't play.
Whoa. Jordan Poole, when Jordan Poole was still there, championship run.
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry's
That's my squad.
And Jordan Poole is taking care of business. And Steph Curry's coming off the bench.
Right.
And he's letting Jordan Poole eat. Not this is the first game. Steph Curry comes back and shows that he can play.
That's a good point, Shady.
Game two,
That's a good point.
Jordan Poole starts again. Steph Curry comes off the bench. He lights it up. You know what? We're still going this direction. I'm going to let Jordan Poole play.
Good point.
Because I'm going to take advantage of that. My issue was, to your point, when they were working to get those switches, they'd get the switch and then he wouldn't attack. It wasn't like Chet Holmgren was moving his feet. He couldn't get by him. Now, whether that was because he was injured or whatever it was, dude, if you're not going to try to get it done, how can I leave you out there to say, well, you got it done there before?
But my thing is...
Shepman did him up all series.
And that's my thing. Like you said, you heard of the game, too. He looked the same. He did not look... Now, I can see, Acho, I can see your point if he was limping out there and you like, why are you trying to gut it out and McConnell cooking? I can understand that point. Like, you out here limping and McConnell out here balling and... Get out the game. My man ain't limping. He ain't doing nothing. He trying to take my man off the dribble. He just couldn't do nothing.
James, I'm not saying he's hurt. I'm saying for whatever reason, you can't get it done. If you say it's hurt, okay, fine.
But if you just can't get it done, that's the coach.
I got somebody else who is.
But the coach should do that.
That's my point.
So then we blame the coach, not Haliburton.
But Shady's saying, no, you got to let the star out there because he's been a star in previous games.
I just can't.
He's not been a star in previous games, too.
I just can't imagine on any team you ever played on, any basketball player or whoever you know that's a superstar that's really driving a team, that if you not hurt but you injured, you tell me you're not going to play because the coach going to pull you out the game? It's not going to happen.
I mean, he should try to play.
It's not going to happen.
He should say, Coach, I'm good, but it's the coach's job to be like, no, you're not good. He going.
Before we go, y'all guys are talking about real injuries. The Steph Curry thing, he was really hurt.
I know that.
So he was really hurt for a nice period of time, first of all, and then they was trying to rep it up a little bit so he won't, because if you've been sitting down and you get right in the game, you can hurt something. So they didn't let it rep it up a little bit. Cool, that's one thing.
3 games.
What I'm saying is, if you are just injured, and you're not hurt,
and you can play,
and you look like you running, and you stopping, you cutting, you look the same. The same Haliburton that was last night, I seen him all series.
All series.
Seen him all series. So to me, it don't look like you hurt or injured. Like I can't tell the difference. But imagine telling a superstar player though, you're not going back in because you say you injured.
I didn't know he was a superstar.
I mean, for them, for the Pacers, he is. For the Pacers.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.